I came across this juicy little piece by complete accident. It's something that I would normally just lump together with a bunch of other stupid articles that I wanted to do, but since I'm about to go on a small vacation to the wilderness, I felt like having a small, dumb video would be fun to do. From the Daily News. See it! White woman calls police on 8-year-old selling water bottles outside San Francisco apartment. Why does she look like she's about to drop the hottest dispatch call of 2018? But yes, you heard that right. White woman calls police on 8-year-old selling water bottles. So when I first read this article, I thought, oh my god, so we're gonna have some white trash bullshittery going on here. Get your Bud Light and trucker hats and welcome to the Trailer Park Theater. But something clicked. I stopped and I thought, why did they refer to her as a white woman? Though upon reading the rest of the article, the pieces fell into place. A white woman in San Francisco called the police on an 8-year-old girl selling water outside her apartment building. In a video shared to Instagram by, I'm not reading that, the unidentified woman can be seen stalking away from the child, cell phone pressed to her ear. At one point, she even tries to duck out of view, but a voice behind the camera warns her, "The whole world's gonna see you, boo." The woman justified her phone call to authorities, accusing the 8-year-old of illegally selling water without a permit. Video of the interaction, which has been viewed on Instagram nearly 200,000 times in the last several hours, was paired with a caption noting that selling water in the front of her apartment building where she had lived her whole life is not a reason to call the police. You know, there is something about this that is absolutely retarded. That's the fact that, yes, it's illegal to sell things without a permit, and while I think it's really dumb for a law like that to affect, small kid things like lemonade stands and this situation in general, it's still against the law. But this is on the same level as calling the police on someone for jaywalking. It's just petty. The article goes on. It's the latest in a long list of incidents in which white people have unjustifiably called the authorities on a person of color. In another recent viral video, a woman known as Barbecue Becky on social media can be seen phoning the police on a group of black people enjoying a cookout in Oakland, California park. She was later identified as 41-year-old environmental scientist Jennifer Schultz. In April, Starbucks faced widespread backlash after the manager of a Philadelphia cafe called the police on 2 black men waiting for a colleague to arrive. They were escorted out of the store in handcuffs, prompting days of protests and ultimately company-wide racial bias training. A month later, Lolade Sayambola was sleeping in the common room in her dorm building at Yale University when a fellow student, Sarah Brash, called the police. Sayambola live-streamed her exchange with police officers, who she repeatedly had to tell that she did, in fact, attend classes at Yale. Alright, so this incident is bringing back PTSD flashbacks for the author of this article. She's reliving her time in the ideological bunkers, seeing her comrades of color being gunned down by racism and bigotry. Don't even get me started on that Starbucks fiasco. I could go on and on, but really, most of these situations are nothing burgers. Thanks, CNN. But what caused these horrific flashbacks to occur? Just what was in the video that caused so much pain and turmoil for the author that she had to reminisce and compare it to other occurrences of black oppression?
I want to let a little girl sell some water. She calling police on an 8-year-old little girl. You can hide all you want. The whole world gonna see you, boo.
Yeah, and illegally selling water without a permit? Yeah.
On my property.
It's not your property.
That's it? You hunkered down into the oppression shelter for this? The woman is being petty, sure, but neither of you handled the situation properly. The girl shouldn't be selling water on the sidewalk. The woman shouldn't be calling the police. And the mother shouldn't be making such a huge deal about this. Surely there's more to this. Alright, so I did a little more digging and I found this from the Chicago Tribune. So this article doesn't tell us much about what happened, except that it's not as racist as the last article made it sound. Though it does refer to those who call the police on black people for innocuous activities. I'm just gonna say this. Stop calling the cops on people for doing nothing. It's a waste of the police's time and a waste of resources. Anyway, the article describes that a little girl and her mother were gonna go to Disneyland if she could raise the funds. So she got a lot of bottles of water and tried to sell them for $2 a piece. The chick in the video got upset that she was being loud and obnoxious, attempting to sell these bottles of water, and pretended to call the police in order to intimidate her into being quiet. This woman was a CEO at a business called Treatwell Tinctures, and she was working, but apparently the little girl made it hard for her. Needless to say, her plans backfired, and it ended with her losing her partnership with another business, and with it gaining notoriety as Permit Patty. With that, there's nothing more to say. A woman was being a bitch, a child was being annoying, and a mother was escalating something that should have been solved between two adults. I guess people can't have civil conversations without being plastered and shamed all over social media these days. I'm so glad I don't use social media. Anyway, I'm not going to be around for a few days, so to my 1 or 2 subscribers, don't expect much out of me. I'm going to be with nature for a few days. If you have something you want me to talk about or are interested in something, feel free to comment below and I'll read it. I'm gonna go climb into my ideological bomb shelter and wait for all the race baiting to blow over.